This is Mafia. He killed for a hidden love. Imagine getting married to the man of your dreams. Everything in your life seems perfect. You have a beautiful home, a great job, and loving parents. But suddenly the image of that perfect life crumbles. You find out your partner is not who they pretended to be. They are actually an international hitman. The story we are about to tell you today is insane. It's crazy, it's thrilling, but most of all, it will leave you speechless. So let's get started. Marco was his name, and he seemed like the perfect guy. He was handsome, charming, and successful. Lisa's friends were immediately suspicious of him, but their concerns fell on deaf ears. He said that he was just a businessman and that there was nothing wrong with his hobby. He told Lisa that she was out of her mind and that she needed professional help. She agreed to wear a wire and gather intelligence on her husband and his associates. Marco was using his legitimate businesses to launder money for the cartel. He was also involved in a number of homicides. Lisa's information was invaluable, and the FBI was able to use it to arrest several members of Marco's crew. She was in danger, and she needed to get out of Dodge. She packed a bag and fled to a safe house provided by the FBI. He tried to flee the country, but he was caught and returned to the U.S. He was then arrested and charged with all of the crimes Lisa had helped the FBI build a case for. She was now officially in witness protection, and she would never be able to return home again. But Marco was still on the loose, and Lisa knew that he was getting suspicious. They had enough evidence to charge him with racketeering, drug trafficking, and murder. Do you think she made the right decision by cooperating with the FBI? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching. But Marco was a slippery character, and he had managed to elude the authorities for years. However, they were finally closing in on him, and he knew that his time was running out. Lisa was scared, but she knew that she was doing the right thing. She was risking her life to protect herself and her children from Marco. Lisa testified against him, and she told the jury everything she knew about his crimes. She had finally gotten justice for all of the people Marco had hurt. She also knew that she had done the right thing by leaving him. She had saved herself and her children from a lifetime of fear and violence. She was nervous, but she knew that she was doing the right thing. After all, she had risked her life to bring him down. The jury found Marco guilty on all counts, and he was sentenced to life in prison without parole. She was also hoping that Marco would be arrested and put away for good. Lisa was devastated. She didn't know what to do. She started a new life for herself and her kids, and she never looked back. She was grateful to the FBI for helping her escape Marco's clutches, and she knew that she had made the right decision by cooperating with them. She was trapped in a nightmare and didn't know how to escape. She took action and did whatever it took to protect herself and her children. She is a true inspiration to us all. He suspected that she was stealing from him, and he began to beat her. Lisa was terrified, but she played along. She pretended to be afraid of Marco, and she begged him to stop. But Marco was not having it. He continued to beat Lisa until she passed out. When he finally stopped, she had a black eye and a broken nose. But she had played her part perfectly. Marco believed that she was really afraid of him, and he let her go. Lisa was head over heels in love, and she couldn't see anything wrong with Marco. The PI discovered that Marco was the leader of a dangerous crime syndicate. He was responsible for numerous murders and was wanted by the police for a string of unsolved killings. Lisa was terrified, but she knew that she had to do something. She couldn't let Marco hurt anyone else. She also didn't want him to go to jail, because she didn't want to be separated from him. He proposed to her after only 3 months of dating, and she said yes without hesitation. Her friends were shocked, but Lisa was sure that she had found the man she was going to spend the rest of her life with. Lisa was 23 years old when she met the man who would change her life forever. All of their closest family and friends came to celebrate with them. They had 2 beautiful children together and lived in a luxurious house in the suburbs. But behind closed doors, things were not as they seemed. Marco was a strict and controlling husband. He didn't allow Lisa to work or socialize, and he was always suspicious of her motives. He would often accuse her of flirting with other men and would get angry if she didn't spend every waking hour with him. Lisa was desperate to make things work. She loved Marco with all of her heart and was willing to do whatever it took to keep him happy. And Lisa looked more beautiful than ever before. She knew that she was marrying the luckiest man in the world. Little did she know what was in store for her. Their wedding was a lavish affair. The following years, Marco and Lisa's relationship seemed to be going well. One day, Lisa found a secret compartment in the house that contained weapons and ammunition. She confronted Marco about it, but he simply told her that it was none of her business. Lisa was terrified, but she refused to give up. She wanted to know the truth about her husband. She started digging through his things and soon found incriminating evidence that he was involved in illegal activities. Lisa was horrified. She had married a dangerous criminal. She didn't know what to do. She loved Marco with all of her heart and didn't want to believe that he was capable of such things, but the evidence was undeniable. Marco was a ruthless killer, but Marco was not the man that Lisa thought he was. Lisa tried to talk to Marco about his behavior, but he just laughed at her and told her that she was being paranoid. Lisa decided to take matters into her own hands. She contacted a private investigator and hired him to dig up dirt on her husband. So Lisa decided to become an informant for the FBI. Lisa began gathering intel on Marco and his associates, and she uncovered a major drug trafficking operation. One day, Marco confronted Lisa about the missing money. But Lisa knew that she couldn't stay in this marriage any longer. As the investigation into Marco's crimes continued, the feds closed in on him. Marco became increasingly desperate as the pressure mounted. He knew that he was being hunted, and he was afraid of what the FBI would do to him. Finally, it was time for Marco's trial. Lisa was relieved. After the trial, Lisa and her children moved to a new city. Lisa's story is one of courage and strength. She was a young woman who was trapped in a nightmare, but she didn't let it defeat her. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think of Lisa's story?